So welcome to the Ministry in this 3,000 point game of Iron Hands versus Orks. So this is a new Codex Orks. As you can see, there's a lot of models there. This isn't a setup, this is just an overview to go through the units because there's so much stuff that we're just going to tell you what we've got first and then obviously go to the setup. We're going to be playing the Chapter Approved mission where it's the 6 objectives on the board. You score an objective, you score a point for every turn you're on the objective and a kill point. First Bloodline Breaker and Slay the Warlord are also in. I can't remember the name, I'll edit it in, I'll put it on. And like I said, it's 3,000 points and everyone's brought a Battleforged army. James normally rocks. I was expecting Gilliman and a Fellblade again combo with like 0 command points and absolute carnage. But he's brought it in, he's toned it in this time to try and make use of some of the stratagems and stuff like that. So it looks good. And his table, this is all custom made by James, obviously apart from the GW scenery bits. It's absolutely amazing. I've been wanting to get this on for ages. I think he's got like double this, haven't you, that you've made up and stuff. There's like an airport and they crashed. Oh, it's really good. It's really good. So hopefully we can get some more bits of that on in the future. But we'll go through my stuff before I forget it first, if you don't mind. So this is a brigade of Orks plus a supreme command. You'll just have to take my word for it because I'm going to go through and I might forget stuff. And we're going to keep them all as Deathskulls, so the boys in blue. So with that, we've got some HQs. We've got whichever way around I do it down here. We've got a Warboss with a Power Claw. We've got a Warboss in Mega Armour with a Power Claw. Custom shooter. And another Warboss with a Power Claw. And a custom shooter. And he's going to have the Killy Claw. And he's going to have the new Warlord trait, which gives him a +1 strength and +1 attack. I think it's Might is Right or something like that it's called. So that's the Supreme Command. The other HQs are, we've got Big Mech with custom force field, so he's got a custom Mega Blaster and his Power Claw. Got another custom Big Mech with a custom Mega field and another Big Mech with a custom field. We might have another random HQ somewhere. There he is. There's the weird boy. I'm going to spend a command point straight away to make him a Warp Head, which means he gets to know 2 powers basically, which gives him a bit more flexibility rather than just cast one thing a turn. So he's going to use the jump he's going to have, and oh, I've just totally forgot its name. It gives a unit +1 attack. I can't remember its name at all. So he's going to have that one. Right, so then we'll go in the unit of troops. So there's a unit of 11 boys and a knob with a Power Claw. Same again here. There's 3 units of 10 Gretchen, so I've actually got 7 units of troops. There's a unit of 26 boys and a knob with a Power Claw. And then because the Deathskulls, the boys in blue down here, or 26, well, they're 30 strong in total. They've got a knob with a Power Claw, 3 big shooters, and I'm going to spend 2 command points and go down to 13 to make them hard boys, so they get a 5-up armour save instead of a 6-up, and hopefully that might just make them stay alive a little bit longer. Then we've got 2 trucks down here with dedicated transports, and they're just rocking the big shooters. For our elites, we've got, where am I looking? We've got 2 units of 10 tank busters with a knob in each. And we've got, it's somewhere, where are you? Oh, there he is, the painboy. So we've got a painboy down here. And we've got 3 fast attack units. We've got a unit of 10 Stormboys, which has a knob with a Power Claw in. And 2 units of 3 Deathcopters with custom Mega Blasters on them each. And then we've got some heavy supports. We've got a Bonebreaker Battle Wagon with a Kill Cannon upgrade and 4 big shooters. We've got a Morkanought. Not the Morkanought. I'm going to run it as a Morkanought today, so this will be like a big Mega Blaster gun. And he has got a custom force field, so we're rocking 4 custom force fields in this list. And the other heavy is a unit of 2 mech guns and they're tractor cannons. So the mech guns, you buy them in squads, but when you deploy them, they become separate units. They've got to deploy within 6 of each other, but then they become separate units. So if you shoot at them, you can only kill 1 per time, so different units. And I think that's it. It's quite quick to cover. Covered all this stuff. Like I said, this guy's going to have the Killy Claw. I haven't bought any other relics. I've kept it quite simple. And because of Deathskulls, all the units are going to have a 6-up invuln, except obviously these, because they've got the Gretchen keyword, and the Gretchen units, they won't get it. And they'll get to reroll a single hit, wound, and damage roll anytime they shoot or fight. So a bit like Salamanders, but Salamanders on steroids. Which is a bit unfair, because I do love my Marines as well, and I'm feeling really sad. So hopefully chapter approval at least bring them in line, give them some extra chapter tactics. So with that, that's 3,000 points on the nose. We're probably going to spend some stratagems as well, because this guy's called Twinkle Toes, just in case anyone doesn't know. He may have a cunning little stratagem that lets him deep strike in. So we'll see. That just horrified James with it. He's looking confused. You can deep strike that guy. I'm just going to say what is. He's so stealthy and so cunning. He tiptoes through the battlefield and you can't see him. I don't know how he manages it, but he's notorious. So we're going to take a look at James's army now. So here the Sons of Medusa. He's back to his iron hands after a brief stint and affair with the Ultramarine chapter tactics. And I think James has got a battalion and I think it's a vanguard, isn't it? And a flyer wing. So the flyer wing, he's got his Xiphon fighter over there, who's pretty good. This guy rocks las cannons. He doesn't suffer his penalty to move and fire heavy weapons. And I think he gets a +1 hit against targets with the fly keyword. He's got it's basically las cannons, isn't it? All around, something like that. 4 las cannons, yeah. So he's pretty good. His big fire raptor, which he likes, which comes with quad heavy bolters. I'm guessing the 2 las cannons. And the... Oh, I'm pointing off here. And the Avenger bolt cannon. And this little fella, so is he WYSIWYG, or have you got the las cannons on him?
What have I got him? Yeah, I've got him twin assault cannon and 2 heavy bolters.
So it's bolters instead of the missile. So he's actually lots of dagger, which is dangerous to my boys, definitely. And then we'll move down. So this is the little battalion. So we've got a Primaris Psyker and a Captain in Gravis armour. Yeah, and it looks like 3 units of intercessors. It is, yeah. They got the grenade launcher upgrade.
They have just one on each.
Yeah. And then any power swords or anything like that on them, or is it just
no power swords?
No, pretty much stock.
The librarian is running Psychic Scourge, Mighty Heroes.
Very nice.
And the Gravis armour captain, I'm going to be throwing the what is it? Eternal Blade or whatever it is.
Oh, the Burning Blade.
The Burning Blade.
Burning Blade instead of power sword, so he's -5 1 damage. Is pretty good blade. I like that one. Very nice. Into the elite, so I can see we've got the guy here, the banner bearer. Have you spent the... Is he going to have a relic to get them back up on a 3-up instead of a 4-up?
Yeah, I've got a command point in there for a relic, but I haven't...
I think that's a pretty good one. Pretty good one.
Yeah,
definitely. It gives you a 2 in 3 chance of getting them back up instead of a 50-50. Yeah. So we've got 5-man Hellblaster squad, just stock. Primaris Apothecary. And then it looks like a Reaver squad. Are they pistols and swords?
Pistols, yeah.
Grav shoots and...
grav shoots, pistols, no grapnels.
No grapnels. That's the way I normally rock mine. They look like are they the bolter aggressors?
Bolters, yeah.
They could be brutal today. Yeah. They could definitely be brutal. I love these guys, especially my Death Watch, because you can put them in units. So you don't have to take them as a standalone unit. You can add them to the veteran squads, which is really good. Then we've got a land speeder here, which is rocking... Is it a Typhoon? So it's got the missiles?
The land speeder, sorry, bear with me a second. I can't remember. I've just stuck heavy bolt. No, again, heavy bolt on him.
Just so a heavy bolter?
Heavy bolter. Hold on a second.
If he's got it, he's got it.
He's got the double heavy bolter.
Double heavy bolter. Yeah. Again, good choice, I think. Good lots of dagger. The Whirlwind, is he got the 2d6 shots or the strength 7?
The 2d6.
Oh, you must have known he was playing Orks.
And hopefully the data link telemetry with the...
with the land speeder coming into play, so he auto hits with the max of... Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm guessing the Tech Marine, because you like your Tech Marines, which is good. The Repulsor.
He's WYSIWYG.
So he's got the Gatlaz, the twin, the Las Talon, no, the twin Las.
Twin Las on the front,
all the missiles
on the side, and Icarus
on the back.
Icarus is any good, yeah.
The Icarus is alright. I've got Death Copters and stuff like that. I've got the Bolter guys, Bolter jumpy dudes. I like these again, lots of dagger. So James, look, he's got lots of heavy firepower. This could be very interesting. I've obviously got the bodies. I think if James can get rid of the bodies, it's going to be a very interesting game. We've got a...
Was he vulnerable with autocannons?
Vulnerable Dreadnought with autocannons, what they call mortis, isn't it? Mortis. A Redemptor with the Icarus, looks like Stormbolters and the Gatlaz. Is that right? Looks about right.
Yeah.
And like we said, we're running Iron Hands chapter tactics, so James will have 10 command points, spent an extra 1 on a relic, so he'll be down to 9 command points. So that's pretty good. Like I said, we've rolled for the table. It's actually going to be hammer and anvil, and you'll see there's these little blue token things around there, the objectives. So what we're going to do, because obviously it's going to take a while, we're going to get the army set up. Space Marines are probably more than certainly definitely going to have the +1 to the roll, so we'll come back when that's done. So I'll just point out, James is going to spend 3 command points. I'll get a better view of this guy here. And this guy's actually going to be a chapter master, so it'll knock him down to 6 command points before we start. and then we'll come back with the setup. This is going to be good. The armies are down. Look at this is mad. So no surprise the Marines finished setting up first. So James got this quarter, well, this back end of the edge, and he's got his Inceptors in reserve and the Reavers, and then in this tank here he's got his Hellblasters, Apothecary, Champion and Captain.
Yeah.
And then that's it really. So the Orks are en masse down here. Obviously there's the Warp Head is down there in the middle of a big lot of boys, some tank hunters over here. Obviously I know he's got stuff to drop in, so I don't want to come and pick on my easy units, which you can't do anyway with these Whirlwind. So we've got some tank busters in a tank down here, in this down here. And we've got a lot of stuff in reserve actually, so we paid some command points to get the Morkanought with 2 warbosses and a boss in mega armour and a painboy in the tellyporta. So he's going to be dropping in, which is quite scary. We've got 2 units of Deathcopters on the outflank, so they can come in from turn 2. Got to be 14 inches on the table edge and 9 inches away from an enemy. And the Storm Boys are also in reserve, so everything else is on the table. So just to clarify, there's a dude here with a custom force field covering these guys and these grots for a bit of defense. Tank busters, Mega Knobs are in this one with a custom force field guy, and this one doesn't have a custom force field. So James, you finished dropping first.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll first to see what I get, or do you want to go for it? If you get a 6, if you get a 6, there's no point in me rolling. It's a 6, so the Orks, I'm going to use a green dice as well. The Orks to seize on a 6. No, so it's Space Marines, turn 1. And I think what we'll do, obviously, we'll film a lot of the dice rolls if you want, but when it gets into the thick of it, when it's going to be like 65 dice, we'll just summarise what happened and come back with the important rolls like saves.
Right.
So James didn't want to castle up, he said, and he's castled up in the middle, but I think it's a good move. A lot of stuff sort of come in, zipped in to take advantage of where that repulsor was basically. So the Hellblasters and everyone got out and sat in the cover, and then everybody's just shuffled up, apart from the Mortis Dread at the back with the autocannon, so he hasn't moved. Everybody else in the whole army pretty much, apart from the Whirlwind, he didn't move either in the back corner. And these guys moved up a little bit, obviously out range of that objective, but that's it to grab next turn. Like I said, they stayed still and the Whirlwind stayed still for a bit of deny. So we're going to go into James's. I don't think your psychic powers are in range, are they? Because you had Smite. What was the other one? I think 18 inch. We'll check.
Yeah,
we'll go into the psychic phase anyway and we'll check.
So, yeah.
So James does want to attempt. He's going to go from Mighty Heroes on this guy to knock him up to a T8 and make him a bit more survivable. And that goes off, yeah, 7 inches. Yeah. I don't think I'm in range to deny because my guy's all the way over here. So we'll go into the shooting phase, and James got a lot to do. So we'll let him have a think about it, and we'll come back with some of the key rules, I think, because there's a lot of data in James's army. So James is going to open up the shooting. So the Xiphon's going to shoot its las cannons is coming down into the battle wagon. So it's got 2 twin las cannons, and rotary missiles are going to target the Grets, which are sitting on the objective. He's going to try and clear off my scoring. Obviously with the Deathskulls, you know, really strong. All the infantry are scoring, but if he gets rid of them through morale, it means I have to commit a unit to it, which I probably don't want to do. Worth pointing out as well that the Deathskulls did spend 2 command points at the start of the game, knocking them down to 9 for the advantage of that take cover for the first turn. Just to try and deny a lot of James's dagger coming in and see if I can save some of the Orks. Not sure how it'll go, but we'll grab some dice and start doing some shooting.
Heavy 3 from the Xiphon on it there.
So the 3, yeah. So this guy hits. I was going to say he hits on 3s. He doesn't get the minuses to move and fire heavy weapons. He's a ForgeWorld model, just in case people wonder. So he's got. Oh, well, you can re-roll the 1. What did you roll? A 1, a 2, and a 3.
Yeah, I'm not.
You can re-roll the 1 and the 2 because you're within 6 of that chapter master who's down there.
Oh, there's that one here. Yeah.
So yeah, because he's ballistic skill 3. So
it's,
no, you can re-roll both dice. Roll another dice. Because you got a 1, a 2, and a 3, and his ballistic skills 3.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking it's just
2. You're thinking,
ones.
Yeah. Right, so he's got 3 hits on the grots. It'll be wounding on 2s, because it'll be at least strength 4, I think.
6.
Yeah, so he's
6, -2.
So he's wounding on 2s. Right, so that's 3 wounds. It's -2, so I would get a...
3 wounds, 2 damage each.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 3 damage
3
each.
damage each. They're in cover, but the -2 takes the cover off, so he's killed 3 grots. There's a couple on the ground floor, so I'll take 2 of them and 1 off here, and then we'll come back with the las cannons.
Right.
Okay, so the las cannons, hitting on 3s. Again, he doesn't get the minuses, and he can reroll that 1 because the chapter master's there. So he's got 4 solid las cannon hits. He'd be wounding on a 3 because it says T8, with it being a bone crusher. So there's 2 wounds. Are you command point any of those or not? You've got 6.
Yeah, command
Going to
point.
command point one of them, so he's got 3 solid wounds. So I'm looking for 3 5-ups from the custom force field. Well, I've made 1, and I can see he's made 1. So there's ooh.
Oh yeah, D6.
Yeah.
So how many was that? 2 D6s.
I'm debating whether I re-roll 1 to try and get a 5-up. Because you haven't used the command point yet, you could use it on the damage. I'm going to re-roll 1, so I'm going to 5. No, so I'm down to 8 command points, and James has got 2d6 damage on his battle wagon. 9, that's a good start. The Raptor's decided he's going one of his twin las into this mech gun. He's going quad heavy bolter and the main rotor cannons into this squad. He's going a twin las here and a quad bolter into here, so a lot of Dakar off this guy. Because basically the quad heavy bolters, if people don't know, it's another ForgeWorld model. So you've got like 12 heavy bolter shots from this side, 12 from that side basically. So we'll total these up and we'll come back and see what damage is being caused. Because that's a lot of shots. I'll tell you what, roll for your twin las.
Right, yeah, we'll do on the las first.
On the battle wagon. So he's got 2 hits because he has power of the machine spirit. He doesn't get any minuses. He's got 2 wounds as well. This could be brutal. We're looking for 2 5-ups. No, he's made 1. So there's 1d6 worth of damage. I can't reroll anything anymore.
Oh.
You've got a command point though, you haven't used yet.
No, yeah, I'm gonna
yeah.
roll command point for that one. Oh,
so it goes down to 2, so he's down to 5, which is the same number of James's command points now. So I think I got a bit lucky there.
Right, the other lads.
The other lads at the mech gun. So he's missed with 2, and he is just out of range of the chapter master. So we'll do all the other Dakar guns down here and come back, I think, with a review, because there's basically 12 heavy bolter shots to go here, 12 heavy bolter shots here, and the rotor cannon shots, which I think are, is it 10 shots or something off the front of your gun? It's a lot.
Yeah, was it?
Right, we weren't going to show anything around here, but these guys had 5-6 up saves to make with that invuln, because they're Deathskulls, or they're in the cover. And I rolled that. So we've lost 1 orc to the quad heavy bolter. Dean 6s strike again.
Good build, I think.
1 guy dead from this squad, then we'll finish doing the shooting, and 7 of these guys in total. Again, I made 3 or 4 armour saves, because their armour save against the heavy bolters was a 5-up, because they're hard boys, 5-up armour, 4-up because they're counting being in cover because of the stratagem. So back to 5s. So he's knocked 7 of those out. So not a really good round of shooting with the Raptor actually this turn, but it comes down to the big saves I made there. So we're moving swiftly on, I think, to the next flyer, is it? So the little Storm Talon's going twin assault down here, heavy bolter down here. He is within range of the chapter master, so he'll not be able to reroll the 3s, but he can reroll 1s and 2s. And 3s and 1s miss because he moved in the heavy. So he's got 4 hits. And a wound on 3s. He's got 3 wounds. And he's killed 2 guys. I forgot this guy's got strafe and run, so nothing done here, but we'll roll for this one and then we'll cover it on camera so people know. So he normally hits on 3s. So we'll do the first roll. So now, basically, he hits... Well, wait there, because you apply modifiers after rerolls. So you leave them there.
Yeah.
And you can reroll that 1, because the 2s will become a hit. No, wait there.
Yeah, 2s are. Yeah.
No, you reroll the 2s, because the 2s are a miss.
And that's chapter master.
Yeah, so reroll those 2s.
Well, he's chapter master.
Right,
yeah.
so that 3 becomes a hit, but the 2's a miss. So you've only missed once.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these will wound on 3s. Because the chapter master's still within 6. So another healthy spread, and this is against the Hard Boys unit, so they've got a 5-up armour save, 4-up because they're technically in cover through the strat, so they'll go back up to a 5-up. Let's see if we can make some of these. So we've saved 3 guys, so another 3 of these drop. Tell you what, I'm saving pretty well. Yeah, we'll keep the big shooters on for now. So there's another 3 gone there. I think that's 10 in that unit gone so far. So the land speeder who did move will be hitting on 4s now. He's going into this squad as well. He can reroll the 1s. Yeah. So he's taking all the heavy bullets. That's pretty good. 3 to wound. That's solid from the land speeder. He's got, I think he did better than more wounds than the 12-shot Raptor. So again, these guys are 6 up, 5 up because they're in the cover, back to a 6, or they're in run 6. So they made another 1, so they've lost 4 more guys. So they'll have lost lots this turn. I can't remember how many it is now. Well, they've had 12 altogether, so looks like they've got 5 less, so they've lost 7. So the repulsor with its billion guns is going to go Twin Las is coming in against this. Right. It's going to do. We'll do all the stuff off camera because there's loads to do. He's going to do his frag and crackstone missiles up here because these are just in range, and he's going to do the Gatlans in these because they're just in range of that. So I'll tell you what, we'll do the Las cannons on camera because there's only a couple to do, and you've got the Icarus pod as well, which you can decide if he wants. And he's within 6 of the Chapter Master, so he's going to be rerolling everything. So there's going to be billions of dice, which will probably mean these will be dead. Don't know how many of these will die. Depending on the roll for the Las cannon, this will probably be gone. So we'll do this one on camera and we'll do the rest off camera and see what we've got left.
Las coming out, yeah.
So yeah, this guy hits on, he's got power of the machine spirit, so you can reroll the 2.
Yeah, 2 hits.
So he's got, yeah, 2 hits, so he'll be wound on 3s. Oh, he's got 2 wounds. Can I save? I'm going to roll down here in the Ork zone. I need 2 5-ups. So he's made 1. He's got 5 wounds left. You've used your command point with D6 damage on the battle wagon.
6.
Oh, 2. He's down to 3. The big mech's going to have to get out and fix this thing. Right, we'll do all the little small arms off camera because there's tons.
I'm going to have to...
A review of that. So a lot of these guys died. I think 4 Gretchen actually made, again, ridiculous saves. So the Gret's on 6 up here. Don't know how we managed to do it, but a cheeky Icarus pod as well. Rocket pod actually hit this guy, wounded it, and caused I didn't save. So that's down to 2 wounds. It's getting there. It's getting there eventually. And these guys, again, like I said, have lost a few more of their number now, so they're getting thinned out massively. So morale's going to be a big thing at the end of my turn. Well, sorry, at the end of this turn. So still got a few little units here and there to shoot, a Dreadnought to shoot, and the Hellblasters are yet to speak. So we're going to go on, in the world of Whirlwind is still yet to fire as well. Interesting.
On each.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Vendread's going to come. I think you said the back one, the rear one, or which one are you going for? The different ones. This one? Yeah, okay. So he's going to go into this guy. So he didn't move, so he's hitting on 2s, and he's re-rolling 1s.
If he's outside of 6 there.
Oh, yeah, he might just be. Yeah. So he's going for 3s to wound. Ooh, nice. 5 wounds. I'm going to have to make 5 saves. 5 saves to make on this guy. Normally got a save of a 5, counts as being in cover with a strategy again, so 4. -1 for the auto cannon, so we're looking for 5s. So he's made 2. I've used my command reroll, it's got 6 wounds. You would have had a 5-up in run anyway from the custom force field, so that's a dead mech gun. That's first blood. The Whirlwind's going to come for this guy. He's got 2d6 shots, 6. He wanted more than that, I think. But it's doable still. I've got 6 wounds, so a wound on 3. No, he's not going to kill it this turn. So 3 wounds. And we're going to go for 3 4-ups because there's no negative on this, so it counts as being in cover again because of the strat. So he's dropped a wound, so he's down to 5 wounds. Right, the Hellblasters.
Then we'll
are coming down into this guy. He's going to overcharge, so we'll do these a guy at a time.
Yeah, just all more ones?
No, because you'll not know. If you get 2 1s, it could have been on the same guy. So
right.
it's for you. Right. Yeah, so they're not in double tap range. No. So the Chapter Master is in range, so he'd be hitting on a 3. So we can reroll that. So he's a miss. Next guy is a hit. Next guy is a miss so far. Is a hit, so that's 2 hits out of 3. It's a miss. 3 hits out of 4. That's pretty good. Going for the 5th guy. That's a hit. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. You can't complain at that. But it will be wounding on 4s because the strength 8 now against the T8 of the Bone Cruncher. Oh, just a 1 wound. So -4 would give it no normal armour save even in the cover, but it has got a custom force field. Actually, it will get a 6-up in run anyway because of its thingy. So we're looking for a 5-up because of the custom force field. No. So that is 2 damage.
Yeah.
That's it gone. Does it blow up?
Yes. Oh.
No. What I'm going to do, I'm going to spend a command point with these guys to loot it. Which means if a vehicle goes is destroyed within range of these guys for the command points, I'm going to double check it might be 1 or 2. They basically get a +1 to that armour save.
Right.
So these guys have looted the parts off this. So here's my looted mob. So they're on a 4-up armour now. So we're looking for these are the rolls to see if anyone oh no! No! Using my command point as well. I did say to James, didn't I? If I have a bad roll here, it's pretty bad. So it looks like we're going to lose 2 mega knobs. Ouch, when this pops up. Oh well, it didn't blow, but we lost 2 mega knobs, so we'll get these guys out. So that hurt. 2 mega knobs brought down in the explosion. It's going well for James. They might be in range of the Redemptor now. I've put them there.
Yeah, just within the stone border there.
Yeah, put them in range to help basically give him some choices to whether he's going to shoot these guys or go for the guy with a 2-up armour, who obviously will count as being in cover because it's still the first turn, so he's -1, he's still going to have a 2-up armour. Yeah. So is he going to eat some bullets? But anyway, basically James's unit he's got left to fire in range is the Redemptor, who's 30 inch, just gets him to these. He's 24, probably getting to these now as well.
Do, yeah.
Because these are like 25.5 inches or something, and he's got a squad down here within range of 30 inches. So
Tech Marine.
The Tech Marine's going to have a 24 inch. Oh, it's a conversion beamer, has he? So it'll be super duper strength. You'll have to check line of sight and stuff. But I'll tell you what, are you going to do? Are those guys at the back going to shoot down into the boys in blue?
Yeah, we'll just single tap one.
Yeah, so we'll see how many of those we'll lose.
And
so 3 of these died basically from the dude shooting, which is quite good. And the Dreadnought's going, it's heavy gatline to these and all the other guns into the Mega Knob at the front. So we'll see what he gets. He can re-roll because he didn't move either on the chapter master's in range, so he's got 2 hits. Is this the stone bolters?
Yeah.
He's got 1 wound, so we're on a 2-up armour. So it can't get better than a 2-up. Yep, so he saved that one. And his small Gatling gun will be in range as well. We'll do them off camera and see what we get.
Oh, that's diabolical.
It's not going well for the Orks. That's 3 2-up armour saves required on the Mega Knob there in the armour. He's melted, and he's still got his 12 shots to go into this guy. That was a little Gatling gun. Wow. Wow. Well, I had some good luck saving the boys early on, but that was horrific. Ouch. So that's the end. So looking around for the Orks, we've got a morale check to do here. We've lost 7 guys. The Grots lost 6, so they're probably going to run away. These guys lost 20, but this unit's within 6, and they have 27 guys. So my leadership, you either use the mob size or a unit's within 6. So that leadership's 27, they can't fail. Like I said, I can only roll 6 and I'd still pass. So I was thinking, I forgot about that, and I was like, oh my god, because I was going to have to spend 2 points on them and all this kind of stuff. So we're going to go down here and roll for these guys on leadership 7. Oh, I just threw it at a Grot. We'll re-roll that. That's not fair, 'cause it was a 1, but we'll re-roll. So it's a 3. So we're going to lose some of those guys, and then we're going to roll for the Grots as well. Oh, super Grots. The Grots, I think, lose a couple of guys. They might still actually stay alive in there. So we'll lose 3 of these guys, and we'll lose 3 of these guys. We'll magically manage to keep 1 alive, which means that he's going to stay there and score a point, the hero Gretchen, and he's going to annoy James because he'll have to shoot him with something. And then we'll lose a couple of these guys as well down here, and we're going to go into Ork. Turn 1. But that was a pretty good first turn of shooting, really. It started off, that guy didn't do much, but it sort of escalated after that. Human phase is complete. These Orks have shuffled up to get within the cover. That Grot stayed where he is. The Psych has just moved pretty much in and straight up, advanced up. These moved up. These guys stayed still. This truck moved around here. The big mech moved forward to get that objective. This guy is within 3 of that. Doesn't look like it, but he was sort of balanced up on there like that. So both of them are contesting it this turn, unless I can get rid of a repulsor, which isn't likely. And even then, he could just drop units. Oh no, there's no units left in it, is there? They all got out. That'll take some work though to get rid of a repulsor. The other tank zoomed around here, and these boys that were here have ran back here because I didn't really know what to do with them. They didn't get enough to advance and get close to that. So I've just put them there while away. James has got some stuff to drop in. And the big green tide stratagem has been played for 3 command points. You can look at it, you can't even see them, they're like invisible. There's 29 boys up here, fully within 6 of the table edge, which comes to this rock level, and 9 inches away from this squad, and obviously this guy. James played the Auspex scan stratagem, got a really mint hit roll, and then wounded like twice or something like that, and I made 1 save. So He did try and thin them out, but it didn't work as well as he wanted, so we're going to go into the Orc Psychic phase. This guy's been boosted up, so what he's going to do, because this tank gives a -2 to charge range, so it's not guaranteed for these guys. I'm going to have a look and see how far away I am. So he's probably going to attempt to smite, because that's closer to start taking wounds off it. And then he might do the other powers warp path to give them +1 attack, or the jump, so he might even start jumping people around. Do what the jump first. We're going to smite. We'll smite first. Start with a smite. So there's enough bodies in there to give them extra dice to this. So we've got a 7. Yep, it definitely goes off. I think James's Psyker is well out the way because he's over that side of the board. So that's a 7. It's probably a 10. It's not going to be over 10. There's not enough Orks. So it's D3 mortal wounds is the 3. 3 mortal wounds on the repulsor is a good start. And then I'll try and to jump this boy squad back here. 7, yep, that's a pass. So they're going to disappear and reappear. So these boys have jumped over here. I'm going to try and ambush these guys who here obviously can't see through the ruins. See if we can get a jump on them. If not, they're left in the open and it's going to be dangerous. So that was an okay psychic phase. I didn't blow my own head off, which normally happens with the Orc Psychers. So I'm good with that. So we're going to go in the shooting phase. Ooh. Ooh. I need to get rid of some of these flyers. I really need to get rid of some of these flyers. Right, I'm going to have a good think, because obviously this is in range, it auto hits. I've got 2 units of tank busters and they're in range of both of these flyers. And they're in range of all 3, so I'm going to have a good think. I'm going to start with just some small arms pistols and see what they can do. Because a couple of these guys will be in range of the repulsor and stuff like that. And then we'll come back, because I don't have actually that much stuff to shoot. So just point out, both these trucks have shot in at the Hellblaster's, done 2 wounds for them, and he's made 2 armor saves easy enough. We did some pistol shots here into there, didn't really do anything. The boys down there, I'm going to have to measure up, because a lot of them will be in range, and I'm going to shoot. Which way do I want to charge? That's the thing, which way am I going to charge? See, I might shoot these guys and charge that way. No, I'll probably shoot them and charge that. We'll see who's in range. Right, the tank busters.
Yeah, 10 pistol tank.
The tank busters down here are going to start at the Storm Talon, and then I'll have a think about the big mech. So we're looking for normally 5s and 6s, because you're flying in a -1 to hit. Oh, dog, it's a repulsor. The repulsor's got a lot of guns as well. You know what? Oh. Really don't know who to go for. Go for the little flyer, because it's T8, isn't it, on the big guy as well, because you've got Mighty Heroes. Yeah. So go for the little flyer. So we've got 2 hits so far, which generate 2 additional hits. So we've got another hit, and you can re-roll all failed misses. So these don't really get much benefit from the clan trait, the tank busters themselves. So we've got another hit. So that's 4 hits. We're wounding on 3s. And we can reroll a failed wound as well. So we've got 4 wounds at -2. So we're on 4 5-ups. Each of these is a flat 3. We've failed all of them. That's 12 damage.
That's pop.
Boom. So does he blow? This is a biggie because there's lots of stuff around him. No, he doesn't blow up. Oh, I needed that. That was quite good. Gets rid of a lot of dagger. The big mech with a custom mega blaster, then he's going to shoot. I'm going to try him. I look at the repulsor. So I hit on a 5 or 6. He's hit. And what I was going to say is if I roll a 1, I get a mortal wound. So it's strength 8, which against toughness 8 of the repulsor, so it doesn't wound. And then this guy, then the tractor cannon, is go against. Oh, oosh. Oh, these are both toughness 8, or the Xiphon. How many wounds has the Xiphon flyer got? 11. So I got half that. Even with an amazing lucky roll. No, I'm going to go against the flyer, the big flyer, because it auto hits. So I'm looking for a 4 to wound, because it's strength 8. Auto hit with the tractor cannon, single shot. It is a wound.
Don't hit.
Yeah, you're looking for 5 up save.
Oh,
no.
I'm going to command reroll that.
You're going to command reroll that? Yeah, you haven't used one this phase.
Yes.
It's a save and James drops down to 2 command points. Tank busters in here are going to go against the fire raptor. It's the only vehicle in range really, so we're looking for 6s. Ooh, which generate additional hits, so that's 3 hits so far. We'll do the rerolls and then we'll do the extra hits. So they all miss, but I generate 3 extra shots, of which I don't hit. So I've only got 3 hits, which I think's fair enough. And we're looking for force to wound, please. Just 1. 1 wound at -2. So he'd be on a 3 up. He's passed. So luck's on his side this time. So we've got the custom mega blaster in here. Is going to go against shoot a hellblaster. He's just going to come back, but I don't really have anything else good to shoot at, I think. So yeah, we'll shoot a hellblaster. We'll try and get rid of a hellblaster. Yeah, so he does hit. Be wound on a 2. It does wound. It's minus big, -4. So you will get a 6 up because you're in cover.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were going to make 3 6-ups there. I think it's D6. I'm just going to roll and check. Well, if it's D3, that's still 1 dead.
Yeah.
But on a 3 up, because you've got the banner ascendant, you can do something. You can, so you can choose to shoot. You might as well overcharge as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the truck's going to be closer distance, but we'll have to measure so James can see what he's in range of and what he wants to do. Yeah, so James is going to go for the truck, try and strip some wounds off it what he can. So he's overcharging, so he's hit twice. He'll be wound on 3s. It's 1 wound. The truck does get a clan culture, I believe, so it'll get an in-run save of a 6. Nope, so it's took 2 damage on the truck. Oh wait, there it gets his ramshackle, so on a 6 it'll take 1 damage. Oh, there you go. There's the 6, it's took a damage. Yeah, that's it for shooting. So we're going to start with some charges. Obviously the big boy squad at the back is going to go in down here against probably the Tech Marine and the Marine squad. And those boys over there are going to multi-charge the squad there and the Librarian, I think. Because I think the Gressers are just a bit further behind. Oh no, they're in there as well, aren't they? Well, yeah, none of them can see, so we'll multi-charge everybody and see who we can get attacks in against. So, Orks get Here We Go. This is where I'm wishing I was Evil Sons. So the squad over here, I can re-roll a dice, or both dice. So they're in, they get an 11. And the squad at the back, oh, it's a 4 and a 1. I'm going to keep the 4, I think, and re-roll this one. Hope for a 5 or a 6. They're in, 10. So that's 2 squads in. You know, I'm debating whether the truck does a long bomb charge at the Hellblasters, but I don't think it's worth it. It was maybe a little bit closer just to stop them firing next turn. I'd have maybe done it. But anyway, we'll move those units in and come back with the assault phase. Obviously, James can do some Overwatch. We'll see how many die as well. So luckily, we didn't lose any of these Orks in Overwatch past the armour saves. And over the other side, they've made it in. So these have gone in and done their pilings. I'm going to start with these guys. Just because there's multiple units. And what's happened, obviously I can't attack this, but it was the closest model. So some of them have had to go that way. We've contacted this guy and the Tech Marine. And we've managed to contact both Dreadnoughts to shut them down next turn. Obviously I can't attack them. So I'm going to have as many attacks as I possibly can in here. I don't think James will probably spend his 2 points to interrupt down there. Because I don't have many boys. And I doubt I'll kill many guys anyway. But we'll roll up for here. So basically they get 2 attacks base, the Orks. 1 for having a slugger chopper. And because there's over 20 in the mob, they get a bonus. So the normal boys are going to have 4 attacks each. And the knobs have got 3. And the knob's actually in on the Tech Marine. So we'll roll all the dice. And we'll see what we'll get. Obviously these guys can re-roll a single failed hit. And a wound and a damage in combat. So if the knob hits, obviously that's what my plan is. To keep it for the knob. So you can re-roll a power claw hit and a power claw damage at D3. Rather than a normal boy. So roll all these dice, total them up and see what we get. So this is the results of 6 of the guys in the knobs fighting the Tech Marine. The knob actually hit 3 times and wounded 3 times. Because I was hoping, like I said in the thing, they're using the reroll. So I've just used the reroll with these guys and it did actually translate. Oh, that was a 4. It translated into another wound. So he's got 3 saves at -3 for the power claw. So 3 5-ups. Oh, he's failed, just dropped 1. And then he's got 7. So he's took a wound off that one, and he's took D3 wounds off this one, and I can re-roll a damage result. So I'm going to definitely re-roll that one. So it's 3, so he's took 4 wounds. That's the end of the tech marine. That shows how strong that culture is. If you've got, you know, like the mob, you're always going to save it for the knob. I think to make sure he gets an extra power claw hit and his damage, you get the reroll. It's really good. So that's him gone. We'll obviously see how many attacks we'll get on the other squad, but it'll just be normal boys. There's no power claws.
Because I thought they were like one models now.
No. So the Orks have done 12 wounds with the boys on the intercessor squad, and James has rolled his iron hands, which I forgot about. So basically the guy here didn't heal his wound. The guy over there didn't heal his wound. Obviously the flyers don't get it and stuff. But the tech marine actually got a 6, so he's not dead, he's still alive. Which will help. But James has got 12 saves on a 3 up to make with his marine squad. 12 saves with a 3 up. Well, there's 3 drop. That's a pretty good roll. Then he's got his iron hands. Also, one's dead and one's lost a wound. That's pretty good rolling. So we're coming down here next. We'll put as many attacks into the Psyker as we can, and the rest of the guys will probably go into the aggressors. So we'll get some dice. Some of them. So the wounds are, these are against the aggressors. They're the knobs with the power claw who I use the reroll a failed hit and reroll a failed wound with. That's against the intercessors. And then we've got 6 wounds against the librarian as well. So
intercessor.
So the intercessor's fine, so we'll get rid of that one. And then the knob, which one are you doing next?
4 against the...
It's 6.
Oh, it's a claw, isn't it?
Because it's, so you do 6 first against the Psyker. So he's dropped 1 wound. So I think he gets 5. We'll double check. I'm pretty sure that's 5. And then you've got 2 normal ones on a 3 with the aggressors. So they're good. And then 2 saves of a 6. So they both fail. I think you used the command point this. No, you haven't used one this phase. Are you using one or not?
No, just going to roll 6s.
Well, I need to roll the damage first.
Oh, go on.
So it's D3 on the first one. It's 3 and D3 on the second one. I'm going to re-roll that one as the damage re-roll. So it's 2. So first one gets 3 saves of a 6 with his iron hands. I think they've got 2 wounds each, these guys, haven't they? So he's dead. And the next one is 2 dead. So the knobs killed 2 aggressors. We'll put a wound on this guy. So we'll let James attack back down here, and I don't think I'll have many Orks left. So we'll just roll this off camera, because the Primorus guys are going to get 2 attacks each. The aggressor's got power fists, so he's going to get a couple of attacks, and this guy gets a boatload of attacks as well. I think it's 4 attacks from the librarian, and I'll not get any save against his sword. So we'll come back and see how many. Oh, I'll get a 6 up invuln save, but we'll see how many boys are left alive. I wish I was recording there, because James absolutely rolled horrific. He killed 2 boys basically with everybody there. So many 1s and 2s, isn't it? It's unreal. It was terrible. So they'll actually not need to take a morale check, which is a bonus. So down here, James is going to get 9 attacks with the intercessors re-rolling, so hitting on 3s. So all the combat's been done down here. All the dreadnoughts and stuff have fought back. They've killed 8 Orks this turn. So morale can't fail, because there's 1 died in a... Oh no, 9 this turn, because 1 died to a thingy. So my leadership will be 21, so I can't fail on a D6. But over the other side, I did lose 2 Orks, and the leadership is 7. So on a 6, I'll lose an Ork. Nope, so the Orks over the other side are good. So that's the end of my turn. At the end of James's turn, we forgot to tally up the points, didn't we? So he was scoring 1 point for that. He was scoring a point for that, which was 2 points. There wasn't one in the middle. He did get first blood, so James was 3-0. At the end of this turn, I'll nick that because I'm troops. So that's 1 point. This is contested, so we'll not get that. That's 2 points for that one. They'll get that one. It's 3 points. And, oh, 4 points, because he'll get that one. So it's 4 points to... What did we say you were for the first turn? 3. 4 points to 3. Going into turn 2, and that was brutal. But the Orks are great. They've got now left. There's just a huge gap in the middle of the table.
All this to come on yet?
I do. I've got all these. These are all in transports and stuff. And big Twinkle Toes he's sneaking around somewhere on this board. So James has got to have to think about what he's going to do. Obviously Twinkle Toes can't smash a flyer out the air, but he can cause some damage for sure. So we'll come back with turn 2. I'm going to do a review of the movement phase here. So this squad have moved round to get closer to these Orks. Obviously they want to remove this threat this turn. Everything down here stayed locked in combat because, let's be honest, they've probably got enough numbers there to get rid of these Orks. The Apothecary moved in. He's healed 2 wounds on the Tech Marine to keep him in the game. And the Chapter Master's moved round to get within range. Still within a 6-inch bubble of the Dread and these guys. not the, might just be in, yeah, I think he's the land speeder out of this dread, but obviously they're not shooting. The repulsor stayed still. Those guys over the far end are still locked in combat. And these guys have moved here, and James is just deciding if he wants to drop his units in, which he probably will, to be fair. Yeah, the reinforcements have arrived. I'm looking to put some hurt on these boys down here. Like I said to James before, this goes really well for him. I could be nil boys by the end of this turn, I think. And a lot of my other stuff gone. But I do have a lot of stuff to come in. But James could really put the hurt in a cup of coffee. And yeah, I think, unless I roll really well, these boys are pretty much as good as dead. Over there, James can't roll as bad again. It can't happen. And just the weight of fire, just off these three guys alone, should be enough to thin. Yes, I'm in cover, but crikey, that's a lot of gunfire. So we'll go into James's psychic phase and get rid of some orcs. So James is going to start with a smite. It does go off on an 8. You may not have seen that, but there was definitely an 8. So it's D3 mortal wounds. Or 3, so that's 3 boys gone. We'll remove them in a sec and see which power James wants to use next. So Mighty Heroes on the Librarian to boost himself up on a 7, it goes off. Yeah. So he's now T5 with 5 attacks, isn't it? So he's nothing to be sniffed at. He should probably wait out most of them orcs on his own, I think.
Scourge.
Well, he's done his 2 because he's done Smite.
Oh, sorry,
he's Mighty Heroes. So yeah. James is going to go into shooting phase. He's got a lot of options here. Oh, this could be a horrible turn for the orcs. I'll let James decide what he wants to do. Pistols in here have killed an orc already. And James is going to shoot the pistols from the other squad over there.
5 pistols.
Pistols kill a guy down here, so we're getting thinned out. So James really hates this Gretchen. Look at that, he gets 11 shots this time, and basically the whirlwind is coming on this guy. I tell you what, I'll save you the benefit, I'm just going to take him off. That's 11 shots. You're going to hit 5 or 6 times, easily wound on 2, so that's a dead grot. So the Xiphon's going Twin Las down here. It's doing the little missile at these guys. I say a little, it's not that little. And Twin Las over here as well.
Right. Twin Las, yes.
So at the truck that hasn't got any benefits of shield. Oh, 2 hits, 3's to wound. 1 wound. Are you using a command point, one of your last 2 or not? 1d6 damage is not going to be enough to wreck the truck yet. Yeah. So he's got 2 wounds. Now I'm looking for, wait. 6 up in run. No, he doesn't make any, so he's got 2d6 damage. So 9. So on a 6, that gets reverted to a 1 damage because they're made of tinfoil basically, ramshackle. So we've took, what damage did you get? 5 and a 4.
And 9 was total.
Right, so 1, 2, 3, that's the 5. 4, 5, 6, it's the 4. So it's a 5, so it's took 5 damage as opposed to 6 damage, so he's got 5 left. So coming at this one this time. Oh, 2 hits, marked for death. 3s. Oh, he's doing his job, this guy. Oh, double save from the field. Whew. Big Mech gets a big bonus.
Right.
Yeah, so 3s.
Wasn't these guys,
yeah,
wasn't it?
3s to hit. He's trying to thin out my scoring units.
2 hits.
And 2s to kill. Because these guys, oh well, they are in range of the field, so was it 1 or 2?
Just 1. Just 1.
So for 5 up. Custom force field saves a Gretchen.
Yeah. Bit of a waste. Right.
There's still a lot of tanks left, and there's a land speeder down here as well. And I can't believe the whirlwind. I can't. That's so funny that it killed the grot. To be fair to James, he hears people scream at him. That grot's so small that pretty much nothing could see him over the wall from down here anyway. So he was either going to have to pump some shots from down here, and you know, he wasn't really that bothered, so it just ensures he died.
Fully overcharged.
The Hellblasters, I forgot, move them round. So these guys are in rapid fire range of this. They are going to overcharge. You'll have to roll 1 at a time, well 2 dice at a time, in case they die. They are in range of the Chapter Master. So the first guy can re-roll that 2. So he's dead, but he has got a hit. Now wait there, because we'll lie him down, because the banner... Right, roll another dice first. On a 3 up, he'll get to shoot again. Just 1.
Oh,
right, that's
second
guy's hit. Yeah, second guy's hit. Third guy. And you re-roll the 1. So he's got 2 hits, and the last guy, because there's only 4 left. So he's got 2 hits. So the guy that's died, roll a dice. So the banner doesn't come into effect unless you lose in a command point, but it's up to you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, yeah, alright. On the 3 up, so you go down to your last command point.
Yeah.
So the banner does work, so he gets another 2 shots, the guy that died. So he got 7 hits on it so far. So roll 2 dice. Roll 2 dice.
Yeah, sorry.
Wow, so that's 9 hits. The guy's dead. We'll take him off, say this guy.
Yeah.
Right, so he's gone, but you've got 9 hits on the truck at strength 8. So you'll be wounding on 3s. I think Hellbasters, you gotta love them. They are efficient. Not when you roll lots of 1s and 2s, but 5 wounds.
Yeah.
And we're looking for the 5 up mech field saves. Oh, he made 4. I don't believe that. He's down to... Actually, I need to roll another dice because it's ramshackle. On a 6, it only took 1 damage. No, so it's took 2, so it's down to 7. That was unbelievable.
Do I get a 6 hit?
No, because he's removed from play. He's not wounded, he just gets removed. So you've still got a lot of gunfire down here.
Right.
Let James have a think, because he's got a lot of dagger guns still left to go and the big birds in the sky as well. I think he's trying to pop this with the heavy guns and eat the squishy contents.
All I've got, yeah, I'm going to throw...
2 heavy bolters from the speeder. Coming down into these orcs in the cover. So he hits on 3s because he didn't move and he gets a reroll. So it's a full round of hits and he wounds on 3s. That's not bad, it's 4 wounds. We're looking for 6s. Nope, so we've lost 4 boys. What I'm going to do is take him from this side to increase his charge range. We'll point out down here while James gets his dice ready that this guy did a shot as well, come through, hit the boys, didn't wound. He's now going to put 18 heavy bolter shots into these guys. Good luck, boys. It's not a great roll. Oh, it's not a very good one. It's still numbers though. It's 6. I've got 6 dice in my hand. We're looking for 6s because it's -1. Oh, they knocked 6 boys out of commission. Oh, that's good. The pistols are coming in as well. It's not a very good roll again. 1 wound. Again, it's -1 with heavy pistols for 6s. No, so that's 11. 11 orcs dropped from that unit this turn. It's still a good result. But we've kept it so that we've got... Actually, we'll take this guy off because they will finish shooting now. Because he would maybe he's been a bit closer, but there's a boy down here. And from that side, there's a couple of boys on the bottom which are a bit closer. So protected with Psyker quite well. But James has still got this to go. This to go.
Right.
That's it, really, I think. Decisions.
So right, we'll start with that.
Yeah, so we'll just point out as well, he's going to go twin las over here, twin las down here, and then he's doing quad heavy bolter and rotor cannons down here, and a quad heavy bolter into that unit too. Like I said before, going for the kill points, which will tally up at the end. So the twin las over there have missed. We've got twin las down here. We've got 2 hits. We're looking for 3s. Just 1 wound. This guy's lived on borrowed. This guy's got. If he saves this. No, he doesn't save. I haven't used the command point this phase. I'm not going to use one because he's got 7 wounds. So you can't kill it. So it is 4 though. So on a 6 that goes down to 1 damage. Nope. So he's got 3 wounds left. Well, he might kill it, sorry, because there's this bad boy still to speak.
Yeah.
But he's alive basically for the result. And so this isn't basically going to pop him open and kill everything inside. So we'll do the other small arms and see how many orcs we've got left. So James just rolled probably the worst dice rolls I've ever seen. He actually literally only caused 2 wounds on the unit with a quad heavy bolter, so 12 shots at strength 5, and I made 1 save of a 6. So the knob's alive, a boy died. He can't feel morale because he's leadership 7, but these guys, James can't roll that bad again. These guys are in a world of hurt now. So 12 heavy bolter shots and 10 other rotor cannons. Yeah, that's better. So looks like 8 hits, wounding on 3s. Not great. 6s. So 6 ups. And we'll save 1, so it's 5 more guys dead. We'll put a dice up there because there's a lot of guys dead from this unit this turn. And this is the rotor cannon shots. Obviously I'm taking the guys away from here to make sure these guys are well out of charge range.
Oh, my life.
It's another bad roll. 3s to wound. That's a bit better. I think, is this one -2?
I think it was.
It'll not matter, they'll get on the 6 up in run anyway. So we've saved 1, so another 5 guys dead. They've took a batter in this turn. 21 guys, so there should be 5 left. There should be 6 left, including the knob.
Go on.
So James is going to go twin las from that over there into that truck, on my advice. 18 shots into this with the gatlas and the little missiles, grenades, fragstorm, crackstorm, stormbolters are going into this guy, all the other remaining guns. He's within range of the chapter master, so we'll do the las cannons on fail and then on camera, so you can reroll the 2. 2 hits, wounds on 3s. He's got 1 wound. He's used your command point this turn, so it's D or I need to make a save. So I'm not in cover, I'm not obscured. I'll get a 6 up. Oh, I made it! It worked. It was my orc lies because I knew I was going to roll a 6. No, I didn't know that. So that's lucky. Let's see how many wounds he gets on this guy. I think it should be enough to empty this truck. So the truck, yeah, as thought, does go. I lost 1 guy in the explosion. There's the explosion roll. Decided not to command point it. So James is going to try and finish these off now. I was debating bringing these guys back here for the cover when they come out. But then I remembered that the infantry get objective secured. So at the end of James's turn, he won't get that point because I've got infantry units on it. It's all about denying him points at the minute. So we'll do the rest of the small enemies. I think these guys are as good as gone. I'm hoping 1 or 2 might survive, but they'll probably die.
That's just Icarus rocket pod, isn't it?
Oh yeah, sorry, you got the Icarus rocket pod. We'll film this because that's literally, there's him left alive. So he's hit with the Icarus. Is it just 1 damage? So sorry, 2 shots. It hits on 4s.
1.
Yeah, because it's -1 to hit ground targets, isn't it, if they don't fly with the Icarus?
Yeah, reroll.
Yeah, no, because you got a 3. So just
Oh,
roll a wound.
Yeah. No.
So it doesn't wound. So it is just that orc. Now, I've got a dilemma because he's out of charge range of everybody. He's got -26 on his leadership. So he's obviously dead, or I burned 2 command points to keep him. Oh, I think I'm going to have to let him go for that. Leave the Psyker to go anything. But anyway, it's James's, that's the end of the shooting phase. So it's James's charge range. So both these units now are out of charge range, unless they're within. There might be a sneaky charge within the grots there. Might be within range. Obviously, the repulsor can charge these guys if he's insane. I can't fall back and shoot. That's something to bear in mind. But I do have like melter bombs with the whole squad.
Yeah, no,
and there's a stratagem they can use where they can actually all throw melter bombs. They get up to 10. Yeah, up to 10 models can throw grenades.
They do that in Marines, can't
I know. Everyone like Marines get no love. So anyway, we'll let James have a think about his charges, but that's the end of the shooty phase. And because this guy isn't going to charge, I'm going to save James a ball. I'm going to take him off because I'm not going to spend points. These guys are going in. Obviously, I can't overwatch them. And the captain, is he going in as well? Yeah, sorry, the chapter master. I can't overwatch them. No one can fail, so we'll let James move them in. And we'll let him make his attacks. So these guys are going to get 11 attacks. They might just be within 6 now of the chapter master. I'm sure James can wiggle it so you can get them within. James opted not to charge with these because those grots are intimidating. That's what he said. Actually, he's more scared about this guy. He doesn't want him having an easy distance to get in and start smashing face my turn. So, I tell you what, roll for this guy because he gets a ton boat of attacks. And then we'll do all the other ones off camera. And then we'll come back and nominate units.
Yeah, he was.
So James Warlord trait, just checking. It's the one where he gets the extra attack when he charges. So he's got 6 attacks, hits on 2s. He's using the Burning Blade. Obviously, they all hit. I think he's strength 5 in the Gravis armour, is he? So the Burning Blade's +2 strength anyway, so he's looking for 3s to wound. So that's 5 wounds. I'm assuming he's not command pointing that one.
No.
So I'll get 5 in-runs. Nope, he's wiped out 5 orcs on his own. Next unit's these guys, so they'll get 11 attacks. They're just out of range. You couldn't get around before to get them fully within 6. So we'll see how many wounds James gets for these guys. James got 4 wounds, so these guys have got 4 up armour against this attack. So we'll save 1, so it's another 3 guys dead. So we've lost 9 this turn. We'll take 3 off here, because I don't think it makes any difference. Basically, people can still pile in and contact. That's it for charging units. So James now gets to nominate a unit that was already in combat. Well, I'm assuming he's either going to take this guy or these guys for weighted dice. Or you can go over there with the Psyker, who had Mighty Heroes, and thin out those orcs as well. We'll let him decide. So he's going to nominate the Psyker, and I think smart choice, and go 5 attacks. All hit. I think it's 2 wounds, isn't it? Because it's strength user. I'm not going to use your dice. Use mine. So it'll be 6 ups because it's -3 off the force sword. Nope, so he has killed 2 orcs. And we're going to take 2 from down here to try and keep as many dudes on the Seeker as we can. We'll just leave them there. Now I'm going to nominate, I'm going to go back to that boy squad before they get absolutely rattled by everybody. Right, this is a bit of a mess, so I'm just going to roll the dice and pool it up. But basically that's after the piling. So the knob's actually got 3 hits and 3 wounds on the Tech Marine. So he's got 3 saves of a 5 up. He fails them all. So it's 3d3 damage. So the first one is 3, 4, 5. I'll tell you what, because he's got his iron hands, I'm going to re-roll a damage roll. So he's got 7 iron hands to make. And just to point out as well, I did use a re-roll on a wound. So I've got a re-roll of a hit left with this mob. So yeah, leads lots of 6s. James was like, let us cut this, put the 6s, and I was like, oh, what happens if he gets all 6s? Right, wait there, you've got to roll because you've got your banner, so on a 3 up, that Tech Marine can make an attack. No, I'm guessing you're not wasting a command point on that, because it's just an attack. Right, so we'll do the rest of the Orks now and see what they managed to hit. Oh my god, you will not believe how that went. So basically these guys managed to cause like 3 wounds on these. James rolled horrific, but made his iron hand, so basically the wounded guy died. Wounded the Dreadnought, but he passed his save. The 3 guys managed to put 4 wounds on that Dreadnought, which was horrific. And then James had 2 saves to make on this squad as well, and I said, don't roll a 1 and a 2 and you'll be alright. And honestly, he rolled a 1 and a 2 and then failed his iron hand. So that Orc squad, they're in for a world of pain, but they managed to kill 2 guys and half that Dreadnought, and obviously kill the Tech Marine with the knob. So that's a lot more than I thought they will do. So it's basically James to go and nominate a unit. So it's whether now, because they've attacked, smart choices to go back over here and kill some more of these Orcs. So just schooling James on tactics here, telling him to go with these guys for the 11 attacks rather than the 2. And he rolls like this and lets me down. So just goes short of dice game, but still enough. It's still enough to go through. So you hit on the 3s, 2 of them hit. Yeah, 2 more hits. So you wound on 4s. That's 4 wounds. Yeah. So we've got 4 6 ups. So we'll save 1. So we've lost another 3 guys, which is all the Orcs. So it's my turn. So the knob, who's still alive, is going to go for, let's get rid of the Psyker. Let's try and get him. So we've got 3 attacks. I'm going to use the Clan Culture to reroll an attack. So we've got 3 hits. I don't want to roll these dice now because that was 3 6s. Wounding on 2s. Right, so they all wound, so I don't need the reroll on the wound. So he's got 3 saves of a 6 because the Primaris doesn't get an in one. Oh, James. Right. 3d3. So 1, 2. That was a 1. And a 2. So I'm going to reroll the damage on that. So we've got 2, 4, 5. 5 iron hand saves. He's got 4 wounds left.
No.
Oh, he's got him.
Yeah.
But
scary.
This guy's probably going to pop the knob's face open now, like, so. That was good. We got rid of a beaky Psyker. So tell you what, you might as well go with this guy because we've all done over the other side. And then we'll let the Dreadnoughts attack and stuff and see what Orcs are left.
Maybe 3 with the sword.
Yeah, 3 from the sword. Should be hitting on 4s. So 2 hits. He's -1 with his Power Fist. That's 2 wounds. I'm going to get no save. It's well, actually, he gets his 6 up invuln. So he's made 1 save. If you roll a 1 and a 2, he's alive.
It's 1.
1 or a 2 because it's D3 damage.
Yeah.
Right, so he's dead because that's 2 wounds. So you managed to wipe that squad. So they can consolidate. They can now move forward 3 inches or towards the nearest enemy unit. So we're going to do all these attacks off camera. He's basically got these guys, this guy, and this guy to kill as many of these as he can. Right, so that's everybody done. There's 14 of these guys dead. So I'm going to spend command points, I think, to keep them alive. Otherwise, they'll just melt because our leadership's 7. You know, I've already lost 7. And there's only 6 guys left. I might have to. Because basically, we're going to... James will score that. Because I think the way it goes, obviously, you've got troops in front of it and troops plus an extra unit. So that's 1 point. Again, we'll do all the kill points later. He's not going to score that because my troops are objective secured. My infantry, sorry. He's just a little bit away from this one over here. So I think you've got 1 objective point this turn. But he has put a lot of hurt on my units. And like I said, he's on 1 command point. I'm now going to drop to 2 command points. I'm going to spend it to keep these guys alive. And this guy we've took off before because he's as good as dead. There's no way I could have passed. I'm not spending 2 points to save him. So we're going to go into Orc turn 2. Whew.
Is it on 3?
This is Orc turn 2. Turn 2. We're just saying like there's a lot of stuff died. Yeah, because I've only had 1 round of fail, like my tank busters and stuff. It's definitely turn 2. I've had 1 psychic phase. So end of movement phase turn 2, this guy popped in, he's 9 inches away from these 3 units. These are 9 inches away from these 2 units. They're 9 inches away from that and this unit, because I need to get a bit of support down here, otherwise it's going to get out of hand. And they can come in, because they outflank basically, they can come in any table edge. And they've got to be 14 inches inside the table edge, 9 away from an enemy unit. These guys just stayed still. This guy just moved a little bit further to be out of range of these guys, but he is in smitey range and stuff. What else moved? Oh yeah, the other copters come in down here to try and help deal with these guys. Up there, the grots, the big mechs call them around them. So they've retreated up around this way. There's a couple up here, but they keep falling off, so we've just left them there. So he's basically surrounded. The mech gun stayed still, they stayed still. This orc ran down here, and that truck stayed still. And that was it. That's everything I've got in play now, apart from whoever's in the Morkanought. So we'll go into the psychic phase, and we're going to start with a smite and try and hit this big flyer. So there's nobody else around him now to add to it. So it is a 5, it does go off. And it's D3 mortal wounds for the 2. So we've took 2 mortal wounds off the big flyer.
I think he's 16, isn't he?
And then we'll attempt Warpath on the tank, no, on the big mech. We'll attempt Warpath on him. Nope, doesn't go off, that's a 4. So we'll go straight into the shooty phase, I think. And we'll start with the tank busters in the truck over there, shooting at this guy. And we'll start with the tractor cannon because that auto hits. And I've got 2 command points. So the tractor cannon auto hits, it's strength 8. We're looking for a 3 to wound the thingy. It is a wound, so it's -2 on the save. So you're looking for a 5 up. Now this is saved twice already. Oh, he doesn't save. Are you using your last command point? Because this is 2d6, pick the highest. Yeah?
Yes, that's right.
So he saved his command point. I think you did that last time as well, didn't you? So I think that was well worth it. So the big mech down there is putting his custom Mega Blaster down here into these guys. So we're looking for a 5 or a 6. He's a miss. That's good. The Death Copters are going to put their custom Mega Blasters into these guys. So we're looking for 5s and 6s.
They just hit anybody like was it?
Missed.
Target squares.
No, they can go for anybody because there's no characters, but they all missed. And they're only 1-shot weapons. The custom Mega Blasters down there are going to go against the Whirlwind. So we're looking for 5s and 6s again. Nothing. You see this turn, my shooting's gone awry. The Orks will do their pistol shots. It's going to be a mix of against this squad and this squad, but we'll do that off camera because that's by the by. This guy, where am I going to put my custom Mega Blaster? Right, we'll go with the Tank Busters. So over there, those Tank Busters are coming against this guy. Yeah, they're still flying, so we're looking for 6s, please. So none yet, but they get a reroll because it's a vehicle. So we got 1, which generates an extra shot. 1. So we got 1 hit, wound it on a 3, we don't wound. You know what, command point? It does wound. So you've got another save at -2. I'm on 1 command point now. Oh, he's made it. He's made it. That flyer is the bane of my existence. So these tank busters are going to go against it as well. I think there's 9 guys left there because 1 died in the explosion. Actually, wait there, sorry. I was going to say, oh, it's a matter. I haven't used it. I was going to use the grenade strat, but on that one we were talking about before, but I forgot. I'll just do the shot. So we've got no hits. Got reroll. That's me bad. I went ahead and rolled, I got excited. So we've got 2 hits. 2 hits, which generate no more extra hits. And we'll wound on 3s. 2 wounds, 2 more 5-ups. Oh, so he's dropped 6 wounds this time, because there's no reroll on that one. So this big mech, he's going to try and shoot it with his mech again as well. No, so he takes a mortal wound because he rolled a 1. So the truck down there is going to try his luck. We're going to try go for the flyer. Nope, so no hits. Any grots down here that are in range we'll do off camera because I don't think there's any. And we're literally coming down here. So these guys are going to put their pistols into the tank because the Marines are in combat. I can't shoot them, so I may have 4 or 5 guys. I'll do that off camera, and then we'll come back and decide where this guy's shooting. So Twinkle Toes, who's got a custom mega gun, mega zapper, 2 rockets, 2 big shooters. He's going to go the big shooters against the Hellblasters, which are down there. Obviously not behind a wall from this line of sight. He's going to go all the strength 8 guns against this guy. I'm going to have to try and kill it. So everything else is pretty much in combat. This guy's sort of out of line of sight really. I want to leave him there in case I fail the charge, because James will have to do some tricky manoeuvres to get this guy into line of sight. But so we've got 3d3 from the custom Mega Zapper. So it's 7 shots. It's handy. We've got 7 dice here, so we're hitting on 5s and 6s. And the 6 generates an extra shot. So we've got 1 hit. We'll do the 2 rockets. Got 1 hit, which generates an extra shot. So we've got a hit with a rocket. And we've got the custom Mega Blaster. No hits. And then we've got the 2 big shooters. Oh, that was good. So those 3 hits, this is against the Hellblasters, generate 3 extra hits, which don't do anything. So win the Hellblasters on a 3. So we've got 3 wounds against James's Hellblaster unit. And we're ruining the tank. These are the same profile because they're basically mega melter guns. So, oh, no wounds on the repulsor. No wounds. Poo. So you just basically got 3 saves with the Hellblasters. It's a bit of a whiffy shoot phase. Just 1. One's dropped a wound. 1 hasn't dropped a wound because he's made his iron hand. So basically in the Orc shooting phase, I took a few wounds off this and you passed some saves. Pretty much what I did. I got lucky in mine and passed a lot of saves. But I needed mine to be a lot better than that, I think. Pistol shots down here. Didn't really do anything. No hits, no wounds. That kind of stuff. Like I said, it was me bad. I forgot to do the grenade strat down there because it's D3. So I had like 10 D3 shots instead of 10. Which might have made a difference. But anyway, that's done. So we're going to go into the charge phase. And we're going to go... basically both these units are going in against that. But I'm going to start with this guy going in against it. These guys are going in against just them. I know he'll be able to heroically intervene, but I don't want his Overwatch. They're going in against that. And those copters are going to risk it and come in against these guys. I know they've got the fly keyword, but I need to try and chop these down. Because they do a lot of attacks. So we'll roll some distances. So the tank busters, they're in anyway, but 8. The big mech. I'll keep these dice next to them. 7. So 7 and 8. The copters, which are 9 away. I'll re-roll this dice. There's a gun. So they're definitely in if they survive with an 11. The Storm Boys. Oh, crikey, they're definitely in. The copters are definitely in against the tank up the top. And the Morkanought. Oh my god, everybody's in. They're all in. They're all in. And I think that's it for my charges. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Everyone's in. But we'll do some more watch and see who's alive. That was scary. So everybody obviously made in. Great charge rolls. We took a wound over there on the way in. The Storm Boys, I did say before we started rolling, just off camera, I'm going to take him as a target as well. So he got his Overwatch and didn't do anything. The Morkanought made it in. Took a couple of wounds off this on Overwatch. But all the big guns missed and whiffed. Obviously these guys made it in. We took a wound down here on a copter on Overwatch as well. But hopefully if this assault phase goes well, I'll be very happy because that charge phase went very, very well. So, I might leave this till last because there's lots going on here. So maybe start, James got no command points. We'll start this way and work our way down. We're actually going to start with the Morkanought so I don't forget its profile. But, because I'm on its page anyway. So I've got 4 attacks. I'm going to use the big smash. Hitting on 3s. So it's got 2 hits so far, but it has got the clan culture, so I'll re-roll 1. Oh, just 2 hits. We do wound, I think, on 2s, but I'm going to double check that. It is indeed wounding on 2s. And I can re-roll a failed wound. Oh! I've got 1 wound, but it's -4, so it'll get no save. So it gets a 3-up save. and it's, I think it's D6. Again, I'll double check. It is D6, which is re-rollable through the clan culture. Oh, that was underwhelming. I'm going to keep 3 because it could be worse. It could go down to 2 or 1. So he's got 10 wounds left. Let's do the big mech with his kill saw. Oh my god. So he can reroll 1 for his clan culture. He's missed because he hits on a 4. Oh, this isn't going well because his tank can just roll out. Right, let's do all the tank busters. Right, we're going to rely on the tank busters. We've got no weapons, power weapons or anything like that. No power claws or nothing. So we're looking for 3s. And these can reroll failed hits because it's a vehicle. It's not just with their guns, it is actually in combat. So we've got a lot of hits. They basically get 2 attacks each. 3 for the knob. You're strength 4 and you're T8. So I'm wounding on 6s. And I can reroll 1 of them. So you actually get 4 wounds with the tank buster fists. So you got 4 saves of a 3 up with the tank. Let's drop 2. It's down to 8 wounds, which is halved it for its profile, which is good. That's just what we needed. We'll do the Death Copters up the top now, I think. Oh no, we'll save the Death Copters for a bit. We'll move on to the Storm Boys. So the Storm Boys have attacked. They've done 2 Power Fist wounds with the knob, who used the reroll hit and the reroll wound. They've done 9 wounds on the Intercessor squad, and I had a random guy hit but didn't wound the captain in Gravis armour. So James has got a bucket load of saves there, so we'll start with the, because there's no guys on 1 wound, we'll start with these ones. So we've got 2 saves of a 6 up. No, so these are D3 damage times. So the first one is 3, and the second one I'll reroll as the damage is 2. So 3 iron hands on the first guy. No. Right, he's dead. Well, they're both dead, but you get to roll 2 dice. Oh, no, for the banner, so they don't come back. So the Sergeant's left alive. He's now got 9 armour saves to make of the other boys' attacks, so that Power Fist was proven brutal there. So can James make 9 3-ups? Oh, 3. He's dropped 3, so he's 4. So he's got 4 iron hand saves to make.
Yeah, it's not bad. No.
Nah, so the Sergeant, both Sergeant's gone, so piling with those guys as well. So the spinning blades on the Death Copter are 2d3 attacks for each attack. So that's going to be 6d3 for the unit basically, so we'll roll them off camera and see what we get. So we've got 13 attacks with the spinning blades. Obviously you get to reroll a hit, reroll a wound. We've ended up with 7 wounds on the Whirlwind tank. I think it's -1. So no negative on the spinning blades. So you've got 7 3-ups. Nice, he's dropped 2 wounds. And importantly that stops him shooting next turn. But I tell you what, you can make your attacks back just over there because it doesn't matter. So it's 3 attacks, hits on 6s. I know it's out of sequence, but so it will be a wound. So we'll get a 4-up. Yep, so you save. That just saves it because we'll probably forget and it wouldn't be fair to go back. So we're going to go down here as well. So it's 2d3 attacks each again. So we'll roll it, see how many attacks we get. Oh, that's nice. 3, 6, 9, 12, 16 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Can reroll 1 of them. Well, I'll reroll that one. Nice. So we're looking for 4s to wound because they're strength 5 against T5. Can reroll a failed wound. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. So 6 3-ups. Hoping I can get rid of 2 of these guys. That'll be nice. Oh, James got 4 iron hands to roll. Oh, I do get rid of 2. That was good. So the Sergeant's still alive. So everybody done that's charged. Just looking around. So we'll do this boy squad. Obviously these guys can pile in 3, so I'm just going to go like this and not get close to that. They're as close to that as they can get. The Storm Boys have done it. The Tank Busters have done their stuff. So we'll go with these boys and see who they can attack. So after the piling, we've got the Knob and 2 boys on the Redemptor, which I'd rather not. I'd rather be killing some guys at the minute, and it looks like 3 guys on those 3 guys. So we'll roll them up off camera and see what happens. So we've got the Knobs wounded the Redemptor twice, the boys wounded it 3 times, and we've got 2 wounds on the Intercessor squad. So you're going to roll for the Redemptor first. So we're looking for 6s. 2, just 2.
Oh, sorry, 2.
2, well, it's 2 for now. So they both fail. So these are D3 damage a time, and I can reroll one of the damage dice. So 2 and 3 are... well, you know... I'm going to keep it. 5 damage. Because the point is rerolling it, I might get a 1. So it's 5, but the Redemptor will get his Iron Hands. So 5 Iron Hands saves. Nope. So he starts with 13. So he's down to 8. And he's got 3 3-ups to make of the normal orc attacks. Oh, 2 more Iron Hands. Oh, James! Yeah, you like to tease yourself, don't you? And then 2 saves on the Intercessor squad on 3s. Yep, and they're good. Right, what we'll do, James can do his attack backs down here. This guy's going to get 3 attacks because he's the sword. We've done the tank, and he can pile in down here. So we'll do this guy on camera. So he's got 1 hit. I think the state strength, no wounds anyway. I was going to say, I think the state strength 4, but the T5. I might be wrong. I'll tell you what, roll for your captain, because he's going to do some serious damage. 5. So he's 2s rerolling. Just rerolling 2 of them. He hits on 2s. Because he's using the burning blade, I'm assuming, not the fist. Yeah, and then he's wounding on 3s.
That's 4, wasn't it?
So he's got 3 wounds. I've got an in-run 6 because they're lucky gets. No, so he's killed 3 of those boys himself. We'll do the rest off camera. I fully expect that squad to be dead. Right, that's done. We forgot, sorry, that this guy was killing these, not the boys. With all these guys together, the only managed to kill 4 boys. So I need to make a morale check. I put the last wound on the knob in the hope that I can keep some people alive. 6 to pass. Whew, those orc boys are still in the fight. Whew. So at the end of that turn, the orcs, that is contested. I will not score that. I will score this because I count as object secured with the troops. He'll score that is 2 points. The big mech will score that is 3 points. And I'll score that one is 4 points. That's it. So another 4 points. I don't even know what the score is. I've lost count. No. I think I was 8. I've scored 4 and 4. And then what the kill points are. And yeah, because you were 4 and you were 3 on your first turn. Yeah, and then you scored 1. So it's 8-4. And James will do first blood and everything later because James has got first blood. So it's 8-4 just purely on the objectives. And we'll come back. James has turned 3.
You actually can I do an advance too?
Yeah, James is going to advance these guys.
Just wait, no, just this guy, just to get him onto that.
Yeah, onto towards the objective. Yeah,
1d6, isn't it?
That should be enough to make it. So I'll cover what's happened here. Basically, these have stayed locked in combat because he's basically there's only a couple of orcs left to chew through. He wants to get rid of them. He stayed locked in combat. The chapter master is still locked in combat. The medic moved over and he actually revived the Hellblaster. So there's now another Hellblaster back in that squad. It's stayed still because obviously there's a lot of juicy targets down here. The Redemptor's fell back. It's hindered in its movement now, but it's managed to hop over. The Raptor, so when we come this way, so he's now closer. So I think the Psyker's as good as dead. This guy fell back, and he's actually slightly closer to this guy as well than he is to these, and these moved forward. He did debate coming this way, but obviously with a charge now, the distance would have probably been too good, and these were closer anyway. So it is what it is. And this guy zoomed forward as well. He's obviously got shots to put down anyway he wants, and like you didn't see over there, but the interceptors and the aggressor have just moved up into the cover. Yeah. And one of them's moved forward to get next to that objective, and James is staying in with a tank down there in the hope that I'll pick another target next turn. So no psychic phase for James now. Straight into the shooting phase. 3. So these guys are shooting at these, so he's going to throw a shock grenade, so I'll not be able to overwatch. So he's got 1 shock grenade to throw, so he hits on a 3. Oh, he's missed. So you've got 4 pistol shots. And 2 hits, wounds on a 5. It is a wound, and it'll be a -1 save, so we're looking for a 5 up. It's a save. So that was pretty bad, James, I'll be honest with you. That could have went better. Is this guy opening up into the Psyker?
Yeah, 6 shots into the Psyker.
Yeah, so we're looking for 3s. Ouch. 3s. Oh. He's got 3 wounds. It's not enough to kill him outright. We're looking for 6 up. He's put 3 wounds on him, which means the Psyker is down to 1. That gives James something to think about. So James is starting here with the pistols as well. He's got 3 hits and 3 wounds on the Orks, because obviously if they clear them up, then in the shooting phase these guys won't be locked. which will free up their guns. So this is important. These are the odd boys who looted the thingy, so they've got a 4-up armour. Oh, well, they all saved. Scratch that. This guy's got his pistol as well, so I'm assuming he'll go into these guys. His pistol gauntlet.
Boldstone gauntlet. It's Boldstone.
I'm sure that's a pistol weapon, isn't it?
Boldstone.
Yeah, pistol 3, so he's hitting on 2s, you're rolling 1s. All hit, wounding on 4s. No wounds. Okay, scratch that idea.
Right, 1, 2, 3.
That's a shame, because that would have cleared up the 2 dreadnoughts. That would have made a big difference in terms of shooting.
I'll overcharge the Hellblasters at your Gorky.
So Hellblasters are coming over here into the Gorky. Yeah, so do them one at a time. So they are still within 6 of the chapter master. So start with a wounded guy. So you can reroll the 1. So he's got 2 hits. Just 2 hits, so well, 1 hit, yeah, he's hit, and the 4th guy. You can reroll both of them. Reroll both of them, but he's dead anyway. Oh, he's definitely dead. Yeah. So you've got 5 hits on it.
So he's dead anyway.
Yeah. No, it wasn't the wounded guy, it was a normal one, because you rolled wounded guy first.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 hits. Wounds on 4, so you've got 3 wounds. Looking for a custom force field 5-up. So it made 1, so it's took 4 wounds, so it's down to 12.
1 died.
And James is losing a Hellblaster, so on a 3-up, you'll get to do something again with a banner.
Yes.
He does, so I'm guessing he's overcharging, shooting the Morkanought again. Yeah. And he can reroll.
Oh, yeah.
2 hits, forced a wound. 1 wound, so another 5-up. No, so we're down to 10 wounds this time with Gorky. Well, Morky. Ooh, decisions now. Yeah, heavy bolters into the tankbusters. Oh, you can reroll with it. I think the chapter master. Yeah, he looks like he's in 6 inches. Yeah, go on, reroll. Nah, he looks like he's within 6. Yeah, they all hit because he didn't move. 3 to wound. 3. So we will actually get a 5-up because we're in range of a custom mega force field. It saves 1 of them. So we'll lose 2. I'm going to remove the front 2 in case James decides to charge in and finish them off, which would be a good idea, I think.
Alright, 2 shots from...
Yeah, rapid fire bolt rifle. You can reroll. 1 dice, just 1 dice. Yeah, 2 hits, forced to wound. 1 wound. That's another 1 dead. So that's 3 dead.
The 1 from the pistol from the...
Yeah, from this medic.
Yeah.
Hits. Wound. Oh, you're rolling good this time with the small arms. Oh, it's another 1 dead. That's 4 tankbusters dead this turn. Okay, I'll move that one because I don't want to either look at him.
He moved in advance, so they can't. They should.
The aggressors or assault weapons, I think, and they can advance and fire. Yeah. I think he's only 18 inches or something though, so he's not very good in terms of range.
No, I've got him. May as well 6-shot him.
Yeah, he's the closest model, isn't he? So. Yeah. Well, that's 2 hits. 2 wounds. Is this the assault bolter?
Yeah.
So we're looking for 2s to save against the bolter. So we've dropped a wound.
What's he down?
I'm going to say 4 now. So he's got 4 extra shots with a grenade, which is basically like another bolter.
Should just done them all.
Yeah, probably. So 2 more hits, 2 wounds on a 4. And this time, so the big mech took his wound. I think the truck's going to be closer to those guys though.
Yeah. 15.
He's going to go for the knob on his own. It's worth a kill point. Yeah.
1, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh, nice. Forced a wound. 3 wounds, that's enough. Well, he is in cover, so he's looking for 5s. Oh, he's dead. Just took 2 wounds, so that's another kill point. And a power claw removed from the battlefield. That's the... I think it's just the repulsor and the flyers left.
Yeah, flyers.
That's James, I think. So the Xiphon is going to missile this guy. He has equal distance between pretty much 4 units. The Gretz, him, and these down there. And he's going to go twin all the las, 2 twin las, into the big fella down here. Need to get rid of these flyers. We're filling this in. So the little missiles were just minutes down for him. He only had 1 wound. They took him out. So we're doing the las cannons. Oh, Oh, he's hit with them all.
Oh,
He's wounded with 3. He's got no command points left to help though. We need 5 up, so we're going to roll down here. We haven't rolled well down here, but it's going to be lucky for us now. No, do I use a command point? My last command point. I don't know what else I would use it for. No, we'll keep it for now, because he's got some more guns anyway to come in.
2d6, yeah.
Yeah, 2d6. Ooh, 7. He's down to 3. James' shooting's going good again. Woof. Basically, we've got a repulsor and a raptor left. So this guy's going to all the small arms to get rid of these tank busters, and the twin lars into this guy. So he's hitting on 4s.
This is where he's dropped now.
So he's hit 1. He's out of range, I think, of the guy who's down here. It's no wound.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I'll tell you what, we'll roll these off camera because these will be dead. Right. So the repulsor has emptied out these guys. Pretty much took all the guns to do it, but the knob in the end just fell down. Didn't really make many of the custom force field saves, but hey ho. So that leaves basically this fella.
Has he got his own custom force field?
He does have his own custom force field there. He would actually be within 9 of this guy as well. So we're doubling up on fields down here.
Right.
So where's he going?
Pumping all the lads into Morkanought.
So we've got twin lasers over here.
We're pumping Avenger Bolt Cannon.
I'll just point out that this big mech with a custom force field is now the closest model, if you wanted to target him with anything.
Yeah, I am going to shoot him in a second, sorry.
Well, that's nice of you. I'm guessing this hit him then, because it's just 2 damage a hit, doesn't it?
So yeah. Sorry, Jack. That's always a bit OT.
Right, yeah, this is going to potentially overkill. So we've got all the lads in the main gun at this guy, and all the quad bolters into this guy. So
right, all the lads.
So he's got 2 hits, 3's to wound. Oh! Oof. It's a good job you want with the main gun.
Nightmare.
This is 10 shots.
I was wanting at least.
He's only got 3 wounds left. You should get him here. That's a good round of hits. What's the strength? Did you say 7?
Yeah.
So he's 5's to wound. It's not strength 8. Nothing. Morky is safe for now. For now.
Just do this until after.
Yeah. This big mech might not be safe. That's a good hit roll. Because he's wound on 3s.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11, 12. Yeah. Same again. So wound on, hitting on 4s. That's not as good that time. That's still a lot of hits. And you'll be wounding this guy on 4s. That's why I rate this. This is such a good gunship. And if you can't get rid of it, you wound on 3s as well. So I think you knocked that 1. There was a 1 there. That was definitely a 3.
Oh.
That 1 there. Take another 1. Yeah, that was a 3. Yeah.
9.
So 9. So the big mech needs 3 ups. He's got a 2 up mega armour. He's dropped 2 wounds. So he's down to 2 wounds left. He's still hanging in there. He just 8 bullets. Boom, 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 boom. And I think that's the end of your shooting, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, thank God for that. You know what? That was so lucky. I thought he was going to be a goner. But just tickling those extra couple of wounds, he should have been dead, in all fairness. And maybe he should have been crumped a lot more. But, you know, it's a game of dice, isn't it? It's a game of chance. And I'm so happy he's alive. He's going to get fixed up next turn. So anyway, charges. You want to declare any charges? Well, I thought you said these guys were going into the copters. Or you're not going to bother now?
For the Overwatch.
I only get 3 shots hitting on 6s. 6s do generate another shot though. And a roll of a 1 will cause a mortal wound on me.
They're going to be
right. Yeah, they're not going to fail, so we'll do... I'll tell you what, we'll do some Overwatch here so people can see. Right, so a roll of a 1 causes a... Actually, I can re-roll a dice. So I'm going to re-roll that 1, which is a miss. Thank God. And I can re-roll a wound dice. So that's 2 wounds. It's -4. So there's no save, and it's D6 damage we're there. So you've got 6 and 4 damage. I'm going to double check the stats of that weapon just in case. So these custom mega blasters are -3 and it's D3 damage. So it'll be 2 and 3, but he will get saves of 6s.
5.
So 2 dice. 2 dice first. I could save on a 6. That's me bad. I got too excited because I actually hit. No. So then you've got 3 iron hands. So So one's dead, and then 2 iron hands. So one's alive with a wound. So we're obviously going to keep your sergeant on, take one off, but they're in. That was better than I thought it would be, so every little helps. Because obviously the grenade would have been a big thing there. Wouldn't have been able to overwatch you. Right, so any more charges down here? Obviously the repulsor can't go in, but these hellblasters and banner guy can all come in and lend weight to the fight. I think that's it's only really down there, yeah? They're the only guys in charge range. I mean, got potentials down here. You could charge the Morkanought. Try and finish it off, or you could...
With what?
Exactly. It's brave, but it could be foolish. You never know, you might do it.
What, charging in with it?
I'm trying to bait you in. I've got a lot of guns for Overwatch. I'm hoping I get some hits. For me though, ooh, like I said, the Big Mech's got a 2-up armour. You don't have any power weapons down here, do you?
That's 6-inch charge. Then
7 attacks.
I'm going to charge with that. And can I charge
You can't charge with tank because he fell back.
Yeah.
You could charge with...
I know he's fly, he doesn't fall back.
He can fall back and shoot, but he can't fall back and charge. No, James smartly, I was trying to bait him in onto the guy, but he hasn't fell for the bait. He's going to stay where he is. So, the charging units go first, which is the Reavers. So, we're going to go down here. So, these guys get 2 attacks base, an extra one for a knife, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12 for the sergeant, 13 attacks. So, hitting on 3s. That's not bad. So, these will be winning on 5s, because I'm T5. Still not bad, 4 wounds. So we've got 4 4-ups. It's not a very good armor. See, that's 3. So 1 is dead. And 1 is on 3 wounds. So we'll just take that on there. I'll tell you what. It's now your turn. That was the only charging unit. Your turn to nominate a unit. Now he has a decision. Are you going to go for the Dreadnought and remove the Orks? Or are you going to go for your Chapter Master and remove a lot of the Storm Boys?
Chapter Master.
Yeah. So he didn't charge his turn, so he's going to be on the 5 attacks.
Yeah.
So 2s, reroll on the 1s, just 1 dice. So they all hit, 5 hits. And you wound on 3s.
I thought he rerolled and then he missed.
He did, he just rerolled. But you
Oh,
picked up another dice. Yeah, 2 hits.
I'm thinking it's a 3, sorry.
Well, he is if he uses his fist.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 wounds because the fist's -1. But obviously there's no... So I've got 1 city, he's only killed 1 this time, he killed 5 last time.
What was I? I was using my sword.
Yeah, you rolled a 2s and wounds on 3s because I think he's strength 7.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. So it's me to nominate a unit now.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. I'm going to go with, well, probably the Boy squad down here before it melts away. So down here the Knob is attacking the Dreadnought, and that boy there is going to put his 3 attacks into the other Dreadnought. They're going for it. They're going for the steel. So the Black's the Knob's attacks. Oh, not very good this time, because the power claw, so he's missed with them all, but I want to use one of the rerolls with the Clan Culture. No, the Knob's missed! No! So it's a wound from the boy against the Venerable Dreadnought, so you've got a 3-up. And you've got your 6-up Venerable. No, you know what it is? I put 5 wounds on him with Boys, and you saved all, you failed. No, not him, your Venerable Dreadnought.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Which one? The big
So
one?
yeah, so I think James has gone back with a repulsor. I've got nobody else left to attack down there anyway. Those boys are as good as dead. So he's hit, I think, probably 3 times so far, yeah. He's a little bit damaged, but not enough to throw his stats off. 2s. 3 dice, yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. I'd still be on his other profile.
So he's got 2 wounds. I need to make 2 saves of the 6. I don't make 2 saves of 6. They're both dead.
But the shooting phase though.
James is going to do his tank.
That 3 base.
3 attacks hit on 6. We'll do it off camera. If it kills one, I'd be massively surprised. No hits. So we'll roll 2d3 attacks for these guys. So they get 3 attacks, and 3d3 attacks for the other cop guys. So they get 6 attacks. So that's against the whirlwind. So looking for 3s. Can we roll a miss? Looking for 4s. So that's 2 wounds. So 2 3-ups on the Reavers. So you passed them both.
Yeah.
How many attacks did I get up the top? 6? I think it was 6. I'm going to roll 6 dice.
Did you not take anything off last time?
No, I think you'd pass the saves because there's no negatives. So I'm looking for 5s. That's reroll 1. So 3 wounds this time, 3 free ups again. I think that's what I did last time. So he has dropped 1 this time on the tank. They're more likely to hurt you with their guns, to be honest, than their blades, but it stops you shooting.
11.
Yeah, so it'd be down to 10. And then there's the Storm Boys. So James did pile in with a Dreadnought just to point out, but these guys are going to go in, and I'm going to... he's toughness 5, isn't he? I'm going to put... Where's the Power Claw? Here. So I'm going to put the Power Claw and these 2 guys into that, and these 3 guys into him. So the Storm Boys have rolled. I actually got loads of hits on this guy and no wounds, but the Knob got a wound on that, and I actually caused 3 wounds with the Boys on it as well. So you've got a save of a 6 against the Knob's Power Claw attack. It doesn't save, so this guy's D3 damage. 2, I'm going to keep that because it's not worth re-rolling. And then you've got 3 3-ups, and then you can do all the iron hands. So you make all them, so 2 iron hand saves with the Dread. So he's took just a single wound. Might knock him down a profile, I'm not sure. Down to 7. Might do, because I think he started with like 13 wounds or something strange like that. So might be that it manages to knock him down. But that's a sort of... Storm Boys I didn't expect to be there, so that's a bit of a bonus, putting a wound on him, to be fair. And James at the end of that turn, kill points out of the question, is going to score 1 point there, 2 points there. Nothing here, so he's going to get 2.
6. What's he on at the minute? 5.
And stuff. So movement phase done. The boss combos have got out the Morkanought. I've got the Warlord there, the Mega Boss with the Killy Claw. He's going in, he can spy Warlord and a lot of nice things to eat there. The Painboy and the other 2 war bosses with Power Claws have come around this way. The Morkanaught's moved up here, which got healed by the big mech at the end of the movement phase for a couple of wounds. So he's back up to 5. He stayed still. The Copters fell back. They can move 14. They got up onto there on the objective. So they'll be able to shoot and score me some stuff. These guys stayed still, as did the truck, because he's in range. Oh, sorry, no, the truck, sorry, was going to move to get within range of this if I'm not within range. So I might do that. And these guys over here fell back to go down here. So we're just going to measure up for the truck and see if I do have to move it or not. Yeah, the truck did need to move, sorry. So he's now within range of both of these just. So times are changing. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go into the shooting phase and we'll come back and summarise because it takes a bit of time to film it. So basically these are probably going to shoot at this. The tractor cannon's going to go at one of the flyers. They're probably either going to go one of these 3 units. They're going to go maybe at the Dread or that. We're just going to have to see because this guy is in combat. And then it's all going to be a mess. But we'll come back because the Orks have got a lot of guns and we'll just see what we can do. No. So the Tank Busters have rolled absolute blinder. They've got 8 wounds on this guy. So I'll just show it to you. James got 8 5-ups. I was going to shoot at this. I wish I had now. But because I rolled epic. Well, he's dropped, it's 3 damage a time. So he's dropped 5. So that'll be 15 damage. So does it blow up? The repulsor. Oh, it doesn't. That's a good kill though. Pretty much everything else is nearly done. Shooting. These guys shooting with the tractor cannon hit this. And James made yet another save. This guy's done all his shots and this guy's done all his shots. The war bosses have got some dapper shots to do, which we'll do in a second, off camera again. And then, like I said, that was it. The other melter guns have all missed. The boss's big shooters have put 4 wounds on the Venerable Dread. James hasn't made a save yet. Oh, he has this time. That's better. Right, so the charge phase. Because this guy's locked in combat, his first war boss is going to multi-charge both these units. He's going to charge that. The Painboy is going to charge that. My big war boss is going to go in and charge that and him and the Banner Bearer. The Morkanaught's going to charge the Hellblasters and this guy. And I think that's it. So, charge-wise, we'll roll the first war boss down here. 6 inches, he's in. The second war boss, he's in. I can't really feel with any of them because they're only a couple of inches away. 4 inches for this guy's enough to get there. And then the Morkanought is about 1 inch away from the edge. Yeah, so all the charges are in. We'll let James do his Overwatch. So the Hellblasters melted themselves in Overwatch, died, got to shoot again, didn't do anything. Down here the Warboss dodged all the bullets and made it in, and we're in down here. So this is going to be a mega combat. I'm tempted to go Warlord on Warlord, which I'm going to do here. So my Warboss, who gets the extra attack and an extra strength on the charge, is going to put 2 attacks into this guy, and these other 3 attacks into this guy. Got all these other attacks into him, sorry. And he's got the killy claw as well. So you can reroll failed wounds and it's a flat 3 damage. So just roll for the war boss. He didn't need any rerolls whatsoever with his clan culture. He got a full round of hits and a full round of wounds. So you've got 3 4-up invuns to make on your warlord and two saves with this guy. And if he passes one of them, he might still be alive. It's a flat 3 damage. So is that with a warlord?
Oh yeah.
So he's took 6 wounds. It's a flat 3. So he's got 6 A in hand saves to make. He only needs to make 1.
Oh yeah.
I think he's alive, isn't he? I'm sure he gets 6 wounds.
No, he's 5.
Gravis armour, I'm pretty sure it's 6.
That's 5.
Is it? Well, 2 saves anyway for the thingy. We'll check in a second.
No, it's definitely 5 him.
Oh. Is it a normal captain's 5?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. On a 6. 2 saves with the banner. The Gravis guy does have 6. Alright, so he saved 1. You've got 3 iron hand saves to make. We'll let James do these. No. So he's got, I believe he's got 2 wounds left. So that's a war boss done. The Morkanought's going to split its attacks over here. So it's going to put 2 and 2, but it's going to do like its sweepy ones where it gets 3 attacks for each instead, because he's hitting on not as good now. So that's on the Hellblaster. I'll use the reroll on that. This is on the... Ooh, he doesn't like him. Doesn't like the Apothecary. Pretty sure I hit on 4s now at 5 wounds, but I'll double check. He can't have saved. I bet he has an all, you know. Yeah, it's -2 with the smash, so he's saving on 5s.
So yeah. Who was that 2 wounds again, sorry?
So the medic.
Oh yeah.
Right, so just do it on camera there. Basically, he split his attacks. Unbelievably, he saved 2 6s or 3 6s it was, and he saved with a 6 and made some iron hands. So the Morkanought took 2 wounds off him, basically, in combat. The boss smashed him down to 2 wounds, and the Gravis captain's down to a single wound left. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we're going to do these guys off camera because these charged as well. So we're going to call it there.
The dread's sort of hung in there for a while. He normally goes quite quickly too. Yeah. But then again, it's normally smaller points only, so you get a pick on them.
Exactly. We're going to call it there basically because it's time-wise. But
I'm still surprised how many troops I've got left sitting on the...
James is happy to concede, even though it would have maybe went... You know, this one going further on, obviously he's going to surrender this area, I think. But it could have went down to the wire. The story of the game, really, these bosses come in, he killed 2 or 3 people with a power claw. These ones wrecked the dreadnought, basically putting them down to a wound, and it was a Stormboy knob who finished it off in this unit as well, and they got 1 wound on the Gravis captain who failed his save, the Stormboys, and he passed his iron hand save. So there's just absolute carnage down here, but obviously, you know, Morty there releasing the war boss combo and down there, I think that's a foregone conclusion. There's way too much power there. They'll just kill whatever's down here. But James, which at the end of the game as well means James's flyers can't score. He's down to 6 wounds, yeah. But he keeps passing these saves. It's been a really strange game. The Orks, for the amount of bodies they had, they haven't dominated the game.
I mean, next, I mean, only thing I'm going to be lucky to do is basically I'll probably pop your Gorka with a but that's about all I'm going to be able to. Yeah.
Unless I'm really lucky with my in-run saves again. But it was a game that I think some turns, early turns, like, we're getting lucky and unlucky. And was that turn 3? My turn 3 shooting was horrific. Like, I really didn't do anything. I took a couple of wounds off this guy, I think. And that was it. And my turn, I can't remember. I had a couple of really bad turns. Turn 1 combat wasn't very good, but that went brutal really fast. But it was interesting. It's different. I'm enjoying playing the Orks, just trying the different clans out.
I'm just sorry, I've actually enjoyed this game. I wish I could have seen through it.
I think being a genius.
I would have lost, but this is the quite closest I've been with Orks for a long time.
I think you would have lost, but just because what I'd have had to play it cunning. Because obviously, if you've only got models with a flyer type at the end of the game, you count as conceding. Yeah. Well, you lose basically. So what I would have done is basically mocked up down there with all the war bosses. They've got enough attacks to absolutely crump everything. Made sure my stuff got line breaker and melt. I just picked on your troops. I'm not saying I would have definitely done it, but there's still 10 tank busters in there who could make short work of the squad.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, they would have just
So it's like I said, it's it depends. These flyers really zipped around all game, and I was expecting to maybe take one down. The little one definitely, which went quite early, and maybe this guy should have been down by now, but it's a dice game, isn't it? Anything can happen, so That was really cool because it did look at the start like I thought, God, this could be a steamroller, and if I get all...
To be honest, I thought I was going to get wiped out quite quick.
Nah. I think, like I said, you had... When you showed us your list, you had a good mix of... You had high las cannon type fire with these, but a load of Dakar as well, which is really good against the Orks. And as much as Marines need help, and they really do need help...
But then again, if it is just even 2,000 points, if it had been 2,000 points, I would have been snookered, because then I lose that flexibility. Yeah. I've almost got to pay 3,000 point armies to
scale them up to an effective level.
Yeah,
which I think is a very good point. Smaller scales, Marines they're too expensive for what they get. They just don't get enough. But the Orks are really fun to play, and like I said, it's fun to try out the different clan cultures, and the bosses are fun to play. I think just releasing them, they're like releasing berserkers. They just run out and just start clawing stuff to bits. But we'll have to pack stuff away because James got an early start tomorrow. And good game, and we'll get another one in soon. Enjoy.